It's such a tough one to call, honestly. I mean, if you have both sides with momentum and you're going onto a control, are you really feeling off the back of that search and destroy, or are you going to be the side of Frigid Gaming and you realize that on a respawn, you're the stronger team because you managed to make such an amazing comeback on that map one? It's really hard to know. It just comes down to the mindset of both of these teams and ultimately the gun skill that they are going to bring to this map number 3 as we get it underway.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams have things that they can draw a little bit of momentum off. Both teams finding success here in this series, and while we're headed to a map number 3 and already early bang out action towards the A site, couple of 1-for-1 trades go either which way. Cheeseburger over up the wall, but right sat down, and Legends of Six now a little bit on the back foot as that second tick does look to come through now here for Frigid Gaming. Drew just trying to find shots towards top third, able to find one, no more than that. A couple of trades go either which way, but it is Buddha that is able to finally clear off the hill. Third tick just stopped before it comes through, and a great nade from Cheeseburger there. He picks up another kill top red, and he starts to kind of run around a little bit, but Press finds the trade onto him, not allowing any player to really get going here early, and it's just back and forth action on a Karachi control.
Yeah, back and forth indeed as we're on board with Presso Devo, trying to just get a pick and top, and eventually does against Drew. Now it is Cheeseburger onto the point, getting a little bit more of a clear, but Cap in there at the kill. And so far a very back and forth affair with the kills. 21v21, 2 ticks gone at A, now B being started on. A nice switch up as it is Legends of Six Gold who are chasing towards that site, but Frigid Gravity look pretty set up. 3 down now, and a fantastic rotation over to this B that could spell it gone. 2 ticks done already on both sides, and Frigid Gravity started off with a very, very strong offense.
5 ticks all the way through. We talked about it as well, how offensive heavy this map can be at certain times. Cap and Bing Mao as well gonna be able to combine for a big 2 kills there. It really kind of clears off this A site. Now you can just hop it if you want to, but it's 2 kills that come through for Legends of Six. You still have pressure around the site if you're Frigid Gravity, but just the map control from Legends of Six right now. And Cheeseburger is absolutely moving towards the backside, looking to set up the spawn trap here. 3 dead in the feed. It's starting to be pushed back towards Coop.
Yeah, great plays coming in when they need it, because they need to get them completely away from this A point. They get anywhere near A and it's game over, but Cheeseburger absolutely popping off. 7 and 4 in the 3 straight, but eventually taken out of it. And Frigid Gravity 9v13, they do have an opportunity to get towards this A point, but they realistically only have 1 or 2 full pushes left in the tank given their lives, so they really have to think about how they go with this one. And they got a pick, they've got 2, and now do they maybe funnel onto the point? It looks like they might do. They check underneath, they do. And now Frigid Gravity stack onto the point as a 3, and just like that, you're seeing this one gone. Frigid Gravity, they played that offense incredibly well. From getting pushed back into the spawn at one point, they still managed to cap an A and a B. And just completely sending Legends of Six Gold in the opposite direction at times. And what can I say? It's a pretty strong offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a map that allows for a lot of offensive pressure, especially towards both of those sites. I mean, that B site, as soon as you go 4 dead, I mean, the offense knows exactly where you're going to come from. You're either coming from Yellow Street, you're climbing up the top AC, or you're most likely hopping over the half wall. They do everything right, and it's going to be now on to Legends of Six that they're going to have to fight back on the offensive side and really have a strong offensive showing of their own. And it'd be really interesting to see as well if we get down to another map 3 and it's an absolute blowout, which is not something that I'd expect between both of these teams, how close it's been throughout this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see a blowout in here whatsoever, but it's been so back and forth between these teams that I think they're always going to take them right down to the wires. Legends of Six Gold are managing to stay alive in this A point, maybe getting a cap slightly slower, but at least getting consistently on the point. As it looks like now 2.5 ticks deep, they've got them pushed back and potentially get the cap as Ming Mao tries to make the push. Does not happen. And that A point is already gone. Legends of Six Gold so far answering back with a great offense of their own, but sure, as we've seen before, A can sometimes be a piece of cake. It's how you work at B. But you do have Buddha already over towards that B side, and for some reason Frigid Gravity have not really rotated over at all. I think they've completely missed the fact that there's a player through the back, and this could cause some calamity if they start to collapse in this B point.
Yeah, and I mean, they know where Legends of Six are supposed to be spawning. They just kind of lose track of Buddha there in the kill feed. He's been just laying back here this entire time, waiting for his teammates to pick up a couple of kills, really being patient back there. Now as the kills come through for Legends of Six, they can start to take over this B site. Still playing patiently, though, as well with Buddha in that back position. But Cap and Vader going to be able to get 2 kills, and Buddha still relying on his teammates, still trusting that they'll be able to hold this down. No ticks come through just yet for Legends of Six, and now the rest of Frigid Gravity is here looking to do damage.
You know what I absolutely loved about that play from Buddha, which he's still kind of undertaking? It hasn't quite worked out, but I think the reason why Buddha is staying here so much is not to necessarily pick up the kill, but to push Frigid Gravity to spawn out at a certain location where Legends of Six Gold would know where they're spawning. If Legends of Six Gold could have picked up a couple of more kills, they know Frigid Gravity is spawning out wide, at which point they know what angles to track to cover them coming towards that B point, and it would give Legends of Six Gold an easier opportunity to rotate into B as a team. And he's still over there, so playing that half wall, getting ready to get to the point that looks like he's finally going to now. But Buddha, I think, just played a great card there, that he had to rely a little bit on his teammates, which it didn't quite pan out, but still being in that difficult position has now meant that they've been able to get a surprise pick for the side from the outlook of Frigid Gravity, and now collapsing on this B point.
Yeah, collapsing on the B point, and it is going very, very quickly. You've got 3 players on it. Press. Oh, he runs out of ammo with the rifle, but his teammates do able to help. You're finally into this hill. Couple of kills going your way. Buddha's still here in the back, but not able to close it out. You still got a 14 playing 11 life advantage, but now the problem is there's only 33 seconds left on the clock. You're starting to find a little bit of a collapse here through the mid area, but it's only a 2-for-2 trade that happens. Still have to find a way onto this point. 23 seconds now as the time just continues to tick away from them. The life advantage won't be able to be played here. Now the shots coming through. 2 kills, make it 3, make it 4. Lighting up the kill feed is Frigid Gravity, and even though you have a great showing on the offensive side, it's just not enough to close out the round, and it will be a 2-0 lead now here in this map number 2 for Frigid Gravity.
Yeah, Frigid Gravity played some great defense there in the end, and look, you could have said that Legends of Six Gold getting that A point quicker, that they could have been more aggressive and more dominant, but look, that A point, it really is only a matter of time a lot of the time on that point. It's the B where that really is the tough job to cap, and you have to give so much credit to Frigid Gravity, which is what we did in that round number 1 when they managed that successful switch up to B, when it looked like they tried and finish A but switched it up to B and got that point capped. It was in that moment really that they won the round. I know they got pushed back into their spawn, but ultimately you only need even just half a chance on A to really do some damage on that point. So that was where they really shot in that round 1. So going into the round 2, yes, A was capped, but B is where the hard work needs done. And now Frigid Gravity on this A point again, but also look, we've got 2 players still going over to B, picking up 1, picking up 2. B completely free once again, just doing a 2-2 split that completely catches Legends of Six Gold off guard, and once again they have this B control with Vader getting under the half wall, and this is just where the tactical nous, you would say, if the teams is shining. But credit to Legends of Six Gold, they got in and got that all-important break.
Oh, and look at the patience from Cap. Hides right behind the door, and he may be able to flank the flank a little bit here. Able to take out one, trying to head into his spawn, but Buddha right back trade him out. It's been a good start from Frigid Gravity, but it's been a little bit staggered here as they're not able to find their way onto any point just yet. But Vader still playing around in top red, a hop, a jump, and a skip, and he's out. Danny on the chase, but still can't find him just yet. That'll be the kill that'll clean him up, and Legends of Six have held this map down beautifully so far, and it looks like Frigid will just have to cut their losses and try to get this A zone out of the way and get that extra minute on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Legends of Six Gold, the regain from them over towards the B side has been immaculate, and now getting pushed up to junk, always picking up the 2 or 3 compared to the 1 of Frigid. But this time, Prestivo and Vader picking up the 2, and then MWIII with the 3rd. Make that the 4th with Prestivo once again picking up another, and now the stack onto A, and this is probably the A cap that they needed, but still a lot of work to do with B, and 16v19, the lives are not in their favor to get many attempts at that site.
Will be the A site done. Get the extra minute on the clock. You get a couple of kills there from MWIII. Buddha still playing around here, but if he gets ripped off as well, could be pressure hitting pretty quickly towards the B site. Buddha, though, perfect patient play, but the shots won't be able for him. The rechal is in, the kill is in as well, but so is the trade from Vader. You clean it up, 14-14 on lives. 1 minute remaining. Frigid Gravity, one site away from closing the door on this series in a perfect map 3, but still Legends of 6 here playing the defensive side, finding a couple of kills.
Yeah, and 12v14, the live's going to become a huge factor, but only 50 seconds left, so Frigid Gravity will be looking to make these pushes 11v12. They need to get a good wipe of kills, and they do get 2. Will they decide to make the move here? It looks like they're gonna make that attempt, but they are still trying to pick up a few more kills first. But Buddha going absolutely huge, and Danny Mac adding on to that. Now only 30 seconds left. Legends of 6 gold, credit to them. They've held out really well in this defense, and Frigid Gravity are quickly running out of time.
Yeah, just bending, but not quite breaking there. They find another 3-piece in the feed. Everyone from Frigid Gravity spawning out now. Maybe one last-ditch effort. It would have to be a lot of kills to go their way. That's 3 dead in the feed, though. It's exactly what the doctor ordered, and now the race is on for the site. Drew is here alone. What can he do by himself on the point? Oh, lights up 2, and that should be the game done, at least this round. 2 players stuck in the back room, able to find one. Pressure reapplied from the back, and you still got Presso just running around by himself, but nothing going. Perfect from Drew. It was all alone. It all came down to him, and when he only needed one, he's able to find 2. Perfectly holds for his teammates to reinforce. And Legends of 6, they'll stay around for now, Zep, but now on the offensive side, we'll have to see what they do. But that's a start to being able to pull this one back.
Drew has just ultimately kept his team in this series. I mean, I cannot understand how important that 2-piece was. If he does not play his life in that scenario, if he just quickly chals that person at bottom piece left and right and gets wide for the challenge and he gets taken out, a triple flood is happening straight away from Frigid Gravity into that point, perhaps get into the back door to cover that half wall just in time, and all of a sudden they have complete control of that B point, and you could consider it game, set, and match. So what a massive 2-piece from Drew. Big game player, popping off in a moment like this, and now giving themselves a chance as they have to win, do the harder job in winning an offense. And to be fair, they've gotten that A cleared quick once again, and Frigid Gravity will have to set up to guard this B, but we've already seen them being able to do it before. Will they be able to do it again?
Hey, special players, special teams, special plays out of Drew right there. Absolutely incredible work, and he's able to find another one there. Gets his team this A site. You got a 3 life advantage as well as 2 minutes left to work with on the clock. You're already on to this B site. At least some pressure with Cheeseburger could potentially get the first tick in. He's going to have pressure now hitting from the backside. Tries to hit the turn and burn onto Cap, but won't come through. And for Legends of 6, you're still here. You're still throwing shots at this. Buddha's gotten into that back position once again where he likes to play. And this is a great start for them to open up here to try to find a good hit here now onto this B site.
Yeah, absolutely, as they try to just make their way forward. They're in good positions, but not quite working out as of yet. MWIII managing to stay up, and it is Buddha once again just in that back, trying to make life difficult for Frigid Gravity when it comes to the spawns, but it didn't quite work out for Legends of 6 gold last time, having him sit there, and it's almost like Frigid Gravity are just happy to say, yeah, sit there. I mean, you're not really posing any real threat. We know what you're trying to do with the spawn outs, but we're managing to keep ourselves up on the lives enough so that you're not really presenting a real issue. As again, you see Buddha just constantly going right into that back spawn trying to get the picks, but you know, for example, hoping to run into MWIII there on that map, but it's not going to happen. And now Presto Devo finally going for the chase and picking up the hill, or picking up the kill, should I say. So that's been a player sort of out of the rotation of the game for about 30 to 45 seconds for no real payoff, and that could be really damaging when a play like that doesn't pay off.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great play if it does, though, right? If your teammates are able to find a few kills, you're able to work your way in, you can absolutely take over the site, but since he's left so far out, it leaves them kind of in a bad spot. But now you do find a couple of kills. Buddha's rejoined the team. You have a full 4 hit towards the site. All of a sudden, you clear everything off, and now hopping over the half wall you go. Presso, though, does slip through for free. He's got the positioning that could blow this whole hold wide open. Finds the first one. Second one not going to come through. Only seconds left to be able to get onto the hill, and Legends of 6 find 2 rounds in a row and now have brought this to a round 5 in a game that they looked down and out, where Frigid Gravity looked to be doing everything right. It is Legends of Six that bring this back, and now interesting to see who will get this defensive last round. It's probably going to come down to the kills there, I would have to assume. Legends of Six, though. What a comeback from them, Zep.
Legends of Six, they managed to come back, and credit to them, a great round for them, but I am shocked that they got away with not watching that half wall at the end. They had Presto Devo, I believe, just freely hop over, get round the back and pick up 1, and if Presto Devo had picked up the 2-piece, then all of a sudden you're in a very dangerous territory for trying to get that B point cap. So, and I think very lucky in the end where it just didn't quite work out for Frigid Gravity, but credit to them, they've pulled it back, sort of atoning for the sins of that map 1 where they were so far ahead and then let it slip. They are the team that is coming back in the second half of a map this time around, and ultimately when it matters most. But it looks like they've all but lost this 8-pointer. They're going to have a lot of fighting to do over at this B. 28v25, 3 lives down, 2 minutes 15 on the clock. What are they going to be able to do?
Yeah, and it looked to be a quick rotation over, but beautiful kills out of the boys in gold. They're able to find 3 off of those rotations that could have been huge for the side of Gravity, but now a huge flow of yellow flying in the kill feed as Legends of Six have taken over the B side of the map. You now know where those spawners are coming from out towards Junk's side. Legends of Six starting to get a little spread out on the map now to cover a little bit more zones and just take that control. But Sep, so far, we've seen bend don't break out of a lot of the defensive rounds that we've seen here through the past couple, and now for Legends of Six looking to lean on it once more to try to close out this series.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seems to be working for them still. I mean, you look at the kills as well, 29 and 27, 23 and 24, whereas on the side of Frigid Gravity, no one's really gotten over that 20 mark. In fact, MWIII has had very little engagement, surprisingly enough. I mean, only what, if I do the math right, which I'm terrible at, I believe 17 kill death engagements throughout 5 rounds of control. That is interesting to say the least. It'll be an interesting one to look back on and see how that works, as Legends of Six Gold, they are just slaying enough to keep them sort of pushed off the point at times, but Frigid Gravity have still been managing to get up and just tick away at that B to the point where now they have 2 and are presenting a real danger. But Legends of Six Gold, credit to them, they are hanging on, but the kills are coming in for Frigid Gravity, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they've just got the stack at the point, and that's all it takes.
Oh my god.
A Karachi control, and they almost just seemingly come in and just sneak that out of nowhere. As we saw the bend not break, it almost just bent completely the other way without completely breaking until he realized it was too late, and by that point, it was completely broken.
I mean, and that's the difficulty of playing defense on control. You can have a perfect round, do everything correctly, and 1-4 dead can break apart everything you've worked towards in that round. And Frigid Gravity able to steal one away there, and I mean, like you said, Zeb, seemingly out of nowhere. But what a series between both of these teams. Frigid Gravity do almost the same thing where they're able to bring it back in that map 1, 252-38, the 6th round in a row run from Legends of Six in the S&D, and then 2 rounds in a row from Frigid, 2 rounds in a row from Legends, and 1 sneaky offensive round of Karachi from Frigid Gravity to shut that series down and take a hard-fought 2-1 victory.